A psychic once told Thomas that a white feather found in a place where logically it had no right being meant a spirit was watching over you. Thomas did not understand this concept, because surely in a world with 1 billion birds, there would always be feathers laying everywhere and anywhere. White feathers in a world of seagulls would arguably be more common. Thomas made a point since then to look for any feathers that just appeared in less than logical places. He had managed to collect 4: his bedroom, bathroom, work desk, and her bed. He didn't like to think about the details of that one, but it was coincidentally the last time he would ever be in her bed, though he didn't know it at the time. The psychic would later clarify the feathers meant that your spirit guide was trying to tell you everything would be okay. He didn't see how it ever could be without being next to her again. Thomas was, unfortunately, correct. Perhaps it was down to him not giving life a fair chance without her. But from what the psychic had told him, it shouldn't have mattered either way. Things should have been okay regardless of his actions. Thomas hoped to the last moment and breath that some kind of divine intervention would intercept the actions he eventually took through his pain. No such intervention came. This led Thomas to this exact moment, staring at the darkness of the place he once called home and watching the shadows dance in the corners. There was something about them, something menacing, that almost enticed him into walking into their clutches and allowing the darkness to take hold, if it hadn't already. Thomas found himself worried over these shadows in his home and what they meant for the family that remained there without him. His mother, though in grief, was strong. His father was uncaring, and as such wouldn't notice such darkness. His baby brother, however, was innocent, corruptible. These shadows could tear him apart with a single, solitary touch. "Leave him be." Though his voice was certain, it came out weak. Thomas wasn't weak, but he didn't know what to do. As he moved about the house, the shadows would inch closer in their macabre dance to his little brother. With each passing second, his brother was closer to being damned, and he didn't even know it. He knew to be scared of the dark, but knew not what he cried for. Thomas wanted, nay, needed, to keep him safe. But how could he do such a thing? You can't fight a shadow. You can't kill a shadow. You can't kill anything that's never held life. What Thomas did notice is that when he sat beside his brother, the shadows would freeze. They dared not come close to what was already dead. As long as he stayed steady at his brother's side, he knew he would be safe. As Thomas came to this realization, a spark of light came through the doorway. Thomas, while new to this world, knew exactly what this light meant. This light was forever, eternity, safety and joy. That light was the afterlife. Thomas felt his heart yearn for him to take the few steps towards the shining glory, but with each beat of his heart, he felt his brother's presence more. If he left, his brother would be damned. They would be reunited, but no, it wasn't his time, and he couldn't allow it to happen. Thomas forced himself then to sit back down as his brother cried for fear of the dark. Thomas, at that moment, finally understood the white feathers. He plucked one from his side, not knowing where it came from, and placed it beside his brother in the cot. His brother held it in his hand, staring straight through him, and stopped crying. His brother knew he was safe, and Thomas would watch over the shadows until the day came that they would reunite again. The light dimmed, and Thomas was surrounded by darkness once again. He had missed his chance for eternity, but it need not matter. He was beside his brother, and he would always have a feather at hand to soothe his worried mind.